Kirsty, what exactly are you doing?
I want to feel a bit more zen, and I've heard that gardening and plants are just really the right way to go.
Have you heard about Japanese rock gardens?
What?
Yeah, you don't need stuff like this that's tall and gets in the way. You can just place rocks in sand.
What?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
There's a game about it too.
Would this be it?
That would. Check it out in the video.
Let's go and find out. Welcome to Ludus Vulpes. My name's Kirsty.
And I'm Phil.
You join us as we run through our thoughts of Hiroba.
We do run through our thoughts of Hiroba.
Funny Fox Games.
Hold on. About creating a Zen garden with koi ponds
beautiful.
And wonderful bridges and
I feel like we should have had some flowers in this video.
And just Zen stuff, really. If you've ever wanted to play competitive Sudoku, this might be the game for you. Let's have a look at the boards and see how the game plays. So join us down here. So you join us down here at the table. Whew, look at that. We've got some tiles on the board. Now the box comes with quite a few of these tiles, and depending on player count depends on how many and the formation you're going to put them in. A two-player game will look like this as it sets up. These tiles have two different types of spaces. There are swirly spaces, which you can just about make out here, and then there are non-swirly spaces, and then there's a koi pond, so three different types. And the colours basically are a point indicator of how many points different areas are going to be worth. The stronger the colour, the higher the points value that space is going to be worth. And the koi carps are kind of a bonus for end game scoring, and we'll talk about those as we get along. Other than that, the swirlies are relevant only for the very first turn rather, and on the very first turn you must place one of your pebbles, which is what these are representing, into the swirly space, and then everything can radiate from there. So what does that mean?
Very straight lines.
Incredibly straight lines. So what does that mean in terms of gameplay? Well, I did say it's competitive Sudoku, so all normal Sudoku rules apply, except instead of only one person placing pieces, two people or three people or four people are placing pieces.
However, for those that don't know Sudoku,
I'll go through those rules. Yes, I was going to.
Okay.
Thank you.
I haven't played Sudoku.
Okay, so Sudoku is a grid-based numbering game, and basically a Sudoku board is made up of 3x3 grids and a series of 3x3 grids. So it's 3x3 and 3x3, yeah. And what's going to happen is in Sudoku, a row all the way across cannot repeat a number. A column all the way up and down cannot repeat a number. You cannot repeat a number within a single grid as well. These are called islands in this game, so I will therefore refer to them as islands. So you cannot repeat a number within an island either. So as we're playing rows and columns, this one's a nice one because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all that can be played here is 6, 7, 8 or 9. Now that will then reflect across here and also reflect within the area. So within this island, no one can play an additional 2, 3 or 4. So there's elements of interest there. Now, you won't complete the grid as you would in Sudoku. You'll only go so far in this game and there will be empty spaces left at the end of the game. So that's something that you need to be aware of because it does sort of affect how the game structures. You have got 9 pebbles on your board and you'll be playing them pebble at a time to a space on the board. All pebbles are double-sided and they all add up to 10. So on the other side of 6 is 4 and so on and so forth, and you can play 2 4s in a game if you want to. It's fine, no rule stopping you doing that. So how does the placement rules apply? Well, you must start off on a swirly. After you've placed that first pebble, however, you must play in a row or column that already has one of your pebbles in it. So you are radiating out from a central area, and that's how that's going to work. The koi ponds are important because on the other side of this is going to double your scoring for one particular area. you'll collect these before endgame scoring, and then you'll be able to place them in areas where you have the majority, because this is a majority control game.
An area majority control
Yeah,
game.
It is. So to get one of the kois, you have to have the lowest cumulative value orthologically adjacent to the koi pond. So north, south, east, west of the koi pond. So at the moment, Kirsty's winning this one with a 1. I've got a 2. If Kirsty puts a higher value piece adjacent to the koi, I will then win the koi.
Correct.
So we'll see how that goes. Kirsty's also winning this one with a 1. I'm winning this one. Kirsty's winning both of these with that 1. And Kirsty's winning this one with a 2 as well. And I couldn't play a 1 here because I've got 1 in that row, which makes it slightly challenging. At the end of the game, you will look at which areas you have majority in. Majority being the sum total of all the pebbles in a particular bordered area. And then you will score 1 point for each square within that area. So the maximum points on this board, this one is worth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one is worth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this one is also worth 6. So they're the maximum points available, and you want to have the majority in those areas. But you also want the kois, because what I can do, if I'm the majority here, I can add a koi to this area to double the value of that area, giving me, instead of 6, 12 points. And that is going to make a difference at the end of the game.
Mm.
So that's how to play the game.
We're halfway through the game.
4 more pebbles to place.
Yep, and Phil is first player.
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it? Where's your last one going? I know it's going in there, because you might as well take that control.
There.
So, the first thing we do at the end of the game is we collect all the koi that belong to us. So Kirsty gets basically all the koi except for this one. We then put it into a space that, so I'm going to multiply this space, which I'm going to control at the end of the game.
I control this one.
You do.
I control not many of them actually. You get that one.
This
I know.
one's yours.
I didn't do very good at all actually.
This will be the first time I've beaten Kirsty at this game though.
I'm so confident. Yeah, that one's mine. Is there anywhere else for me to put it? Don't think there's anywhere else for me to put it, is there?
No.
So this little koi. The koi's worth something actually if you don't spend it, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Koi token's worth a point at the end.
Okay, so... Right, so let's do the scores. So first and foremost, we'll just work through each tile and just see who's got the majority. So I have the majority here. 9 and 4 is 13, beating 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for red. And then 3 points here for red. And then here we've got 4 points for black. So 2 spaces times 2. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to red. Up here, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 for red. And then down here is 1, 2, 3, 4 for red.
Yeah, I've got really badly smashed in this one.
4 for red, because that's not my token, koi token, which you should have kept. And then 12 for black.
What? Oh.
3 is higher than.
You told me to put it there.
Sorry, my mistake. And then 2 koi tokens at the end. So Kirsty scored 18 points, and I've scored 22, 27, 28, 29, 30 points. So that is the end of Hiroba.
And the first time that Phil's ever beaten me at that game.
I've actually beaten Kirsty at the game. Okay, let's bring the camera back to us and let's talk about our thoughts on the game. What do you think, Kirsty?
I think this is a beautiful little game. the first time we played this game, I'm not kidding you, the pebbles were like the size of my face.
They were.
What? You're asking? What? Yes. If you were there, you know. If you're at AirCon 2023, you were able to try the giant version of this game on the Haché game stand, and it was so much fun. And I was like, please, can we play it, can we play it, can we play it? I know we're supposed to be filming, but I really want to play. And we played it, and I had no idea what I was doing, and I think Phil beat me in that one, actually.
Perhaps.
Yeah, and it's a fantastic game. I haven't played Sudoku before, so it hasn't been that as easy for me to learn, I don't think, because of that. Whereas I know you're like, why you haven't played Sudoku? Yeah, games. Yeah, and I think this is a brilliant, brilliant game. One of the things I really, really like about the production of this game is not just the really nice chunky pieces, but the thought that's gone into it. So, you know, colour blindness is a big thing for me, not me personally, but family members. Every single player, and there's blue, white, black and red, they all have a different shape which is aligned to them. So there's square, circle, triangle and hexagon or diamond, I think. Diamond. And so it makes it so clear for everybody to know where they are.
Yeah, this isn't going to be the world's greatest game that everyone's rushing out to buy, and that's fair enough, but what it is and what it does well is deliver a 15 to 20 minute experience that people who've played Sudoku before are going to be very familiar with, very comfortable with. The scoring at first can be a bit iffy. You do spend a bit of time doing the scoring, but once you get into a nice pattern of, okay, who's got this area, right, that's 5 points. Once you get into that pattern of scoring, the scoring becomes much more obvious. And overall, the game is a lot of fun to play. And I think the fact that it will play, what's the box say actually? The box says 25 minutes, which I think at 2-player counts, 15 minutes is about as long as it'll take.
Yeah.
At 4 players, maybe 25 minutes. And
because actually, the first half of the game, before we started filming, it was like bang, 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 bang. And we started filming and we started talking to you and it was like slow motion. Because it was like, I actually need to think now.
Yeah, the game does slow down as it gets further in because it becomes more challenging to place. And the other thing that you will find if you're playing at 3 or 4 players is that the game has a tendency to get slow because you can also, with the careful positioning of one disc, you can really block somebody out because you can block them out of an island, a tile that they need to play, or block them out of a row or column. So the sort of tactical play grows later in the game and with familiarity with the game. But when you're playing it casually, just the first couple of times, the game goes at a fair clap and is kind of interesting and fun to play at all times. So it's a good game, and it's certainly a good game to introduce people who enjoy Sudoku who haven't played modern board games yet.
Yes.
This is something they'll be really familiar with.
It's an accessible way to get them into the hobby.
I'm not saying we need to lure people into the hobby, but we should. Yeah, we should. Because actually, keeping your brain alive and alert is a very important and interesting thing. So
exactly.
If you've ever thought competitive Sudoku is your thing, maybe you should try Hiroba. Also,
I'd like to point out that Sudoku is often in like newspapers and things, which obviously you do get recycled, or it's on paper and then you throw that paper away. This is basically a reusable game over and over again without the need to throw it away. Bargain? It's more environmentally friendly.
What a crazy bargain that is.
It's brilliant. It's a wonderful idea.
If you found this video useful, please like and subscribe to the channel.
We really appreciate it, so please, please do. We are also on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. All you need to do is search for Ludus Vulpes.
Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
See you soon. Bye.